Hi guys, this is Sadek from crDroid.com. In this video, we'll show you how to flash latest crDroid ROM Android 16 base onto Moto G54. So please take a backup of all the phone's data and then let's get started. So first off, get the SDK from my article and extract them onto your PC. Upon doing so, you will get the following files as you could see over here. One that is done. Now enable OEM unlocking and USB debugging. OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone's bootloader and USB is required to run ADB commands. So let's enable both the toggles onto our phone. For that, go to settings, then about phone, device identifiers, tap on build number 7 times, then go back, go to system dev options, and from there enable OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. Tap on OK. You might get one more prompt. Tap on allow, and with this, the debugging is now enabled. Let's first verify the same. So type in cmd in the address bar of platform tools. Then type in the command of ADB devices, verify you are having an ID. If that's all fine, then now let's unlock the phone's bootloader, which is a slightly different process in case of Motorola. So you have to apply and share this. Type in the code fastboot to OEM get unlock data, share the code with Motorola via email. They will then email you a code. So use the code in the fastboot OEM unlock, and the code is over here. All the steps in the video are given in my article. Please have a look at that and unlock the phone's bootloader. One that is done, you will now get the ROM files from here, either the GApps or the vanilla, and the IMG files package. Thanks to Harshvardhan for the ROM. Moving on, once you have got it, let's do a renaming. So let's first copy both the ROM file and the IMG file. This is the IMG package, this is the ROM package. So transfer both the file inside the folder of platform tools and do a renaming. Rename this to ROM, the name becomes rom.zip. And the second package is the IMG package. Inside this, you will see the boot and the vendor boot, but don't extract the package. Keep it in a zip format only. So let's rename this to, let's say, IMG. It's img.zip. Once you have got both the files, now boot the phone to fastboot D mode. It's a fastboot D and not the fastboot mode. Keep this point in mind. So type in the command of ADB reboot fastboot, hit enter, and now we should be inside the fastboot D mode in just a moment. As you could see, that is the case. So now let's first verify if the PC can read the phone in fastboot D mode or not. So type in the command of fastboot devices. Okay, let me use this once again. Yeah, now it's fine. So we are having this ID. If you're not having any ID, in that case, install the fastboot drivers onto your PC or the fastboot D drivers. Both are same. Moving on, let's now flash it. The drivers links are over here. You install the drivers from here. So let's now flash the ROM. First off, let's flash the package, the IMG package. This is for the fastboot D mode, and we are now inside the fastboot D mode. Now you may flash the update package, fastboot skip reboot, the update, and the package name, which is IMG in our case. Copy the command from here, paste the command in the CMD window, hit the enter key. The flashing will now start. Take only a few seconds because it has just 2 files, and when that is done, it will boot the phone to fastboot mode, as you could see over here. So it has flashed the file of boot and the vendor boot in the slot A, and then we are now inside the fastboot mode. Again, just let's verify. Okay, just give me a second. Let's try it once again. Yeah, now it's fine. So moving on. Now we can reboot the phone to the newly flashed recovery, which should be the crDroid recovery. Let's try it out. So the command is fastboot reboot recovery. Hit the enter key. The phone should now be inside the USB recovery, and then you could flash the crDroid ROM with ease. So just give it some time, around 10 to 15 seconds at the very max. Let's do so, and then we will see what is the case. After this, I guess we should have the Motorola logo, Hello Moto, and then we should now be inside the recovery mode in just a moment. Let's just see that. And we are now inside the crDroid recovery. First off, do a factory reset, format data. Once again, format data. Data wipe is now complete. So go back, apply update from ADB, and we are now in the ADB sideload mode. Let's verify it once again. Just type in the command ADB devices, and we have the sideload keyword. If that's all fine, let's now flash the ROM. So it's ADB sideload and the file name rom.zip. Hit the enter key. The flashing will now start. Take around 4 to 5 minutes. So let's just wait for that to complete. So guys, the flashing is just about to get over in a couple of seconds. Let me show you that. And it's now done. To flash any other file, tap on yes, or else just tap on no. So in my case, I flash a GApp package. It's a GApp build. So I will now just tap on no. Finally, whether you have flashed any other file or not, please do a phone formatting once again. Format data once again, format data. Data wipe is now done. And you may now tap on reboot system now. Now the first booting up will take up some time. Around I guess 15-20 seconds. That's all fine, nothing to worry about. After that, the phone should be inside the OS. With that said, let's just keep a tab on the boot logo or the boot animation, which should be here anytime soon. And that will mean that we have flashed the ROM file successfully. So let's just see that it should be here now. After this logo, we should have the crDroid ROM boot animation, because there has been nothing wrong with the ROM flashing. So we should be getting the boot logo now. Let me just keep a tab on that, and then we will have to wait for a few more seconds for the phone to boot to the OS. And you could see we have got the boot animation. Now wait around 15-20 more seconds. So guys, the booting up is now complete. So let's get started. Let's skip this for now and skip the rest of the process as well. Set up offline. Next. And skip the pin for now. Let's skip that. Accept to the terms and condition for the Google phone. Skip the restoration. If you want, you may link your Google account to restore all the app data, but that will take a lot of time, so I'm skipping that. Gesture navigation is fine, and with this we are now inside the crDroid ROM. So let's get started. The search bar looks nice with the outline border. Then we also have the, you could say, blur effect in the app drawer. This is the QS styles. You may do the resize as well if you want. Resize the icons from here, it's your choice. Make it smaller or larger, and when that is done, just hit the save button or the back button rather. Settings menu is over here, and here you will get all the tweaks. In the crDroid settings, you could see we have a long list of tweaks over here that you could have a look at. Status bar icons, you may show or hide the icons from here. Dynamic bar, enable dynamic bar. Let's try it out. Audio recording, media playback, let's say for the timer, stopwatch, and screen recording. So let's test for both of them. First off, let's start a screen recording. Record in the screen, record screen, and you could see at the top left, dynamic bar is working over here. Let me open one more app to verify it. Let's say clock. This is the clock. Let's start a stopwatch and a timer. Okay, stopwatch is fine. And you may tap on here, and you could see we have all the options which are currently running. The timer, the screen recording, you could tap from here and access the required apps, or tap on here to access them. And this is available for a lot of apps and tweaks as well. The Bluetooth ringer mode, VPN, clipboard, flashlight. Okay, for the flashlight as well. If I have a QS styles, this is the QS styles, and you could see the flashlight is shown as on. You may toggle it on off from here. Let's pause and stop this. It's no longer required. So this is a handy feature. Let's now go back. The clock style can be changed. Location, clock and date. Clock seconds can be added. AM, PM can be added as well. Clock background chip. These are the options. Let's say this one looks nice. Anything else? You may enable colored icon, status bar. And you could see currently, okay, screen recording. Let me close that. System UI, I want to close this as well. So you could see in the top left, we have colored icon. Notification count is a must for me. You can add a logo if required. These are the various logos in the top left corner of the screen. I don't want these, so I'm hiding them. Icon is fine. I want the battery percentage inside the icon, and now it's shown. Great. Tap to sleep is working. Double tap to wake is also working great. Brightness control sliding over here. This is also working. No issue with this. Then quick pull down, let's say right hand side. Yes, that is working as well. Padding is not required. QS settings, you may add a header image of your choice from here. Anything. These are the various options, as you could see. You may add any one of your choice. Let's say Batman, and it's now added. Anyways, let's turn that off. I am not a fan of this. Then brightness slider can be shown or hidden. You may change its shape. Let's say rounded square. Okay, we have two, one for the volume, one for the brightness slider. This is something new. Wait to see. Positioning, haptic feedback is there as well. QS panel style. You may also choose the classic styles. This is the classic one, as you could see. Let's go back with the card style. Then QS panel shapes, let's say circle, and it's now changed, but that's fine. You may also add animation. There are various animation. Let's say shake, flash. Yes, it's working great. You have a lot of options for that. Choose the one of your choice. In the lock screen, you have a bunch of clock styles. These are the various clocks that you get in AOSP ROMs. We have a lot of options, as you could see over here. Let's choose this one, the OnePlus one. This looks nice. And it should be applied after the system UI restart is done, and it's now applied. You can change the clock style from here as well. It has a lot of options. Either choose that or this one. The choice is all yours. You may change the clock color. Transparency can be changed. AOD animation can be added. Battery info on the lock screen. Media cover art. Add a weather as well, but that will require GPS and Wi-Fi as well. Tap to sleep, we have seen it's working. Fingerprint in the lock screen. Power menu can be shown in the lock screen as well. In the buttons, power menu, advanced restart should be there. It's enabled by default. And we have the option to restart to the system UI, recovery and fast boot. So all the required tweaks are there. Great to see. Then wake device via the volume buttons and UI tweaks. AOD is a must for me. Let's enable that. And the clock, okay, you could see it's shown as the wallpaper as well in the backend. This will lead to somewhat more battery drainage. If I want only wake screen for notifications, but I want a pure black AOD, which I don't seem to get because we are seeing the wallpaper in the backend, which I was not expecting. Anyways, this looks nice from the UI point of view, but this might lead to more battery drainage. Decide accordingly. Then edge lightning, whenever you get a notification, the phone's edge will light up. Gradient customizations, QS panel, let's enable them. This might not be visible in the video, but effects are taken place. As you could see over here, the colors are slightly changing from here to here, left to right. Then apart from that, let's see mono setting, theming engine, theme style, default. You may choose from any of them. The brown looks not nice. Spreads, then we have the fruit salad. This is nice. You may choose the color source from the home wallpaper or the lock wallpaper. Choice is all yours. In the theme section, okay, you require online store theme, which requires Wi-Fi. Settings, icon style can be changed. We have a lot of icons over here. You may apply a random color or shape is circle, fine by default. Full screen apps, screen off animations, CRT. Well, currently it's not CRT, so we have, and the locking is is taking a lot of time. System UI restart. Let me now see if that works fine or not. Otherwise, we have to turn off this feature. Yes, now it's fine, but still I don't think this is the CRT animation. Anyways, it's fine, nothing to worry about. Smart Pixel will turn off the pixel for your phone. For example, you can turn off up to the 75% of the pixels. This will save a lot of battery in your case. Miscellaneous notification tweaks are there. You may also add a force stop button to notification. This will only be there for the, I guess, third-party apps and not system apps. Anyways, you can try it out and see if it's there. So as of now, all are system apps, so I cannot find the force stop button in any of these. But in third-party apps, you will be able to see it. Then the sound tweaks are here. Let's enable vibration during the calls. Miscellaneous PIF. So please enable, first of all, enable Wi-Fi. And then you may simply import the PIF file if required, or just tap on fetch PIF. This will automatically give you the PIF files required. You may also get unlimited Google photo storage from this link, which is a must for me, at least. In the Tricky store, enable import keybox, and then you may get a keybox from my article. So either you may ask for the files from this article's comment section, then I will share the file by email, or if you have obtained root, you may flash our keybox module as well. This is our keybox module over here. The choice is all yours. Either flash my keybox module or get the file manually, then load the file over here. So load the keybox file here, then enable the fetch PIF file from here, and then you will pass the strong test with ease. Let me just verify if the file which I'm currently having is passing the strong test or not. So I'm using this file on one of my phones. Just give me a second. So let's see. Currently, okay, you could see it's passing the strong test. So no issue with that. Anyways, let's move on. Allow application downgrade is a must for me. You may enable the sidebar and add some apps over there. For example, these are the apps, so I access it. You may also access the entire app drawer from here, maximize it, pin it or close it. I close this because this it always tends to overlap with the back gesture. So it's a no for me. 3-finger swipe is a screenshot for me. Always I use that only. Screenshot over here and it's working great. Then pocket detection is all fine. About crDroid. Let's now go back. Then let's see the display section. Extra dim. Let's enable. Okay, not required for now. It's not looking nice. Dark theme. You may enable pure black as well, but if you do so, the theming will not take place. Then on pure black, the theme does not work. Always keep that point in mind. Then apart from that, screensaver can be enabled. Tap to wake and tap to sleep are both working great. Then over here, this is the wallpaper style section. In the wallpapers, we have on-device wallpapers. Yes, there are a few. Let's keep with the crDroid only. The clock which I'm using already is great. We don't need to change that. In the colors, you may change the theme color from here or from this page. Other colors as well. Switch to a light or a dark theme from here. Let's go to the wallpaper colors only. The blue one is fine for now. Let's go back. Color contrast, font style. We have a lot of font as you could see over here. You may choose any of your choice. Let's choose a third one. Something unique. Icons, 7-sided. Let's use this one. If you want, you can also enable themed icons. But I am not using that for now. Layout is the 5x5, which I use always. Hit apply. And it's now done and dusted. Apart from that, let's just see the home setting ones. Which is, okay, this is also blurred as you could see. The new effect is there. Let's see the home settings. In the icons, okay, notification dot is required. So let's give it the crDroid notification access. Now it's fine. Apart from that, we have the home screen tweaks. Swipe to access Google Apps. Status bar can be shown or hidden from here. App launch blur can be added as well. At a glance, which is this one, can be shown or hidden. The choice is yours. In the app drawer, background transparency can be changed from there. App search bar, scroll heights. In the recent screen, we may enable Google Lens as well. Let me just see. Yes, it's enabled. Great to see. And miscellaneous, you may show or hide the app icons from here in the app drawer. So guys, I guess that's just about it. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, let me know in the comment section. And thank you for watching the video.